I see the powers of the devil. In Mark chapter 5, we read about a man that lived among the tombs in the country of the Gadarenes. He had an unclean spirit. No man could bind him. Chains wouldn't hold him. The fetters they put on when they break them in pieces, no man could tame him. Night and day he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones. But you know, in all this reading, I never did read where the people were afraid of him then. It didn't mention that. It just told what he was. But we see Jesus stepping up on that shore. And boy, the minute his feet touched that dirt, I think the demons began to shake. They recognized who stepped on that ground. They recognized who was stepping up on that shore. And here comes deliverance. Here comes help. Here comes peace. Here comes compassion. Here comes someone who has the power to change everything in my life. Jesus cast out the unclean spirits out of the legion, and they went out and entered into the swine. The people now, they were afraid. When they saw the man who was possessed with the devil sitting and clothed and in his right mind.
Yes, amen.
Then they didn't like Jesus. They asked him, "Get out of our coast. We don't want you here." And I thought, they should have been afraid with him when he was in the tomb. They should have been afraid when he couldn't, the chains wouldn't hold him. They should have been afraid when he broke the fetter. But no, they weren't afraid of him then. They were afraid when he was in his right mind sitting there clothed. Really, they didn't. They were afraid of Jesus. Is what it was.
Afraid of the power of God.
In John chapter 11, there lived Lazarus, Martha, and Mary. You got all my scripture this morning. They were greatly loved by Jesus. And you know, Lazarus got sick. The sister sent for Jesus to come and said, "Lord, our brother's sick, will you come?" But he stayed away for 2 days, and after that he told his disciples, said, "We've got to go into Judea again." They were afraid because they knew the Jews were after Jesus, and they didn't want to kill him or them, either one. They were really afraid for their own lives, really. And Jesus finally told them that Lazarus was dead. And Martha met him, and she said, "Well, now Jesus, if he had been here, our brother wouldn't have died. He wouldn't have died." And Jesus told her, "Martha, Lazarus would arise again." And Martha told him she knew he would arise in the resurrection at the last day. And Jesus told her he was the resurrection and the life. And I got to thinking about it. But we see Jesus coming to that grave. There stood resurrection at the door of that grave. There stood life at the door of the grave where the dead man lay. There stood love and compassion at the door of the grave. There stood life at the door of death. Jesus told the people they had to do something. Take away that stone from the place where the dead man was laid. And Jesus then called for him to come forth. Come forth, Lazarus, but the people had to do something else. He told them to loose him and let him go.
Lucy.
Stop and think about this. Here was a dead man walking back to life. The dead man literally walked back into life. "I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord." Psalms 118 and 17. And I thought, my goodness, what a testimony. I wonder, did he go all over the country? You know, you have all these things get in your mind. Did he go everywhere telling about it? I was a dead man walking, coming back to life. I walked right back into life. In Acts chapter 9, Saul was breathing out threatenings and slaughter against the disciples. He stood and watched Stephen be stoned to death. He had people put in jail or prison. He made havoc of the church. He wanted to destroy it. And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there was a light that shined all around him, and it struck him down. He fell to the earth, and he heard a voice saying unto him, "Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me?" But we see Jesus talking to this tormentor, talking to this slaughterer, talking to this consenter of murder, this hater, this evil doer. Saul said, "Who art thou, Lord?" And Jesus told him he was Jesus whom he persecuted. Saul was struck blind, and Jesus told him to go to the city and he would be told what to do. And Ananias came and prayed for him, and he received his sight and was baptized. His name was changed to Paul, and he began preaching and teaching the very thing that he tried to destroy. And if God's got your number, and he knows how to ring it.
Yes, he does.
He'll let you go so far, but it's like I heard somebody praying today. He'll throw up a stop sign, and he will stop you one way or the other. And sometimes we don't like how he stops us. So it behooves us to see Jesus and walk in the path. In John chapter 4, Jesus was going through Samaria, and he sat down on a well. A woman in Samaria came to the well to get some water. But we see Jesus talking to her and asking for a drink. She asked him, "Why would a Jew ask a Samaritan for water since they had no dealings with each other?" And Jesus told her he could give her living water, and if she would drink it, she would never thirst again. It would be a well of water springing up into everlasting life. She went back to the city, and she told the men, catch it? Come and see a man, which told me all things that ever I did. Is not this the Christ? Jesus gave her a future by reminding her of her past.
That's right.
She wouldn't have a future if he hadn't reminded her, would he? You've heard the story about Kenny's mom, Charles's mama. When we first got acquainted with her, she was very, very sick. In fact, I think they brought her in and laid her on the front pew in the old church, if I'm not mistaken. I think she had a bathrobe on. She was very, very sick. The last stages of leukemia. Could do no more for her, the doctors told us. But you know what? We prayed, and that woman, if there's ever a woman of faith, that woman was. She got healed. That was back in '64, so she lived in 1999, I think. I remember she would come and tell me, "Joyce, I've got this or I've got that, just pray." She had tumors, and God let her pass the tumors from her body.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yes.
Didn't take no surgery, didn't take no chemotherapy, didn't take no radiation. God let those things pass from her body. I will remember the place in her leg that Dr. Michael McCall was going to take her leg off the next day. We went and prayed for her. And God healed that leg up. She died with that leg still attached. And she was healed. All it takes is faith and seeing Jesus. And no, but we see Jesus. But we see him in every situation in life. Like I said about when I was in the hospital. And he does. He walks the dark hills. He walks the things in your life. He walks in the midnight hour. He walks through every situation. He's always there. And sometimes I'll think, "Lord, where are you? It seems so far away. God, I can't feel you. I can't know you're there. Lord, I don't want to say, why am I going through this? Because I've got to the place I say, why not me, Lord? Maybe I can handle it where somebody else can." And the Bible says he won't put more on you than you're able to stand. Sometimes I do say, "God, you must think I'm awfully strong because sure have God love you." And if you love people, you're going to care about them. But we've got a friend, and his name is Kenny Thompson. Some of you might not have heard his story. But Kenny came down with kidney stones. And he'd sat up all night long, hurt really bad, and went out here and they did a CT scan to see if he had more kidney stones. Well, they found a cyst on his kidney. And sent him to a specialist in Asheville. Well, that doctor told him, said, "Kenny, did they tell you got a mass on that cyst?" And it is cancer. And that cyst was as big as Kenny's fist, attached to the kidney. And on top of that mass was a cancer as big as $5. And that doctor told Kenny, he said, they did all the tests, and it was right there on the x-rays, whatever, all they did, the scans. And he said, I'll have to take out half the kidney or the whole kidney in order to get rid of the cancer. Okay, boy, we really prayed. And I remember that doctor came back down and he told him after all that, he said, I just don't understand it. He said, because when I got in there, that thing had shriveled up and dried up, just shrunk. And he said, all that tissue in there was totally changed from what was on the scan,
Yes.
what was on the x-ray. All the tissue had changed.
Yes.
Because we see Jesus.
We see Jesus.
He came in. He changed it. But it was there, and the man said, it's there, I don't understand it. But I thought, I do.
I do.
Because he walked in,
Yes.
Jesus walked in, and I was talking to Kenny the other day, and he said, yeah, that thing just dried up like you take air out of something, and just swelled up. And said all he did then was just shave that off of that kidney. Kenny still got his whole kidney.
Yes. God worked a miracle. You
Yes,
seen
he
Jesus?
did.
Yes.
We see Jesus walking in and out in all kinds of situations, problems, sicknesses, troubles, difficulties, even death. I think about Carl and the situation he's been in.
Yes.
Jesus is right there.
Yes.
But we see Jesus and we can stand on these promises. Isaiah 41:10 says, fear thou not. And fear is the biggest weapon the devil has. We're afraid of this, we're afraid of that, we're afraid we'll lose the job, we're afraid we're not going to pay our bills, we're afraid we're not going to be able to buy groceries, we're afraid we're sick, we ain't going to get better, we're afraid we can't buy our medicine, we're afraid, fear. But this says, fear thou not, for I am with thee, be not dismayed, for I am thy God, I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. And this is the promise I'm standing on. I do this about every night when I'm awake.
Yes.
Down through the years, there's so many people that's come through our doors, and some are still here, and some have gone on to glory or wherever, and some have just backslid. But I've seen it work with Margaret McCall. Verse 5 in chapter 43 of Isaiah says, fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. I remember when Margaret McCall went out of church. I can remember just as if it was yesterday, us standing here and saying, Margaret McCall, we call you in.
We call you in.
And that's what I do about, as far as the night goes by, but I don't do that. I'll say, Lord, from the north, you bring them in. From the south, you bring them in. From the east, you bring them in, God. From the west, you bring them in, God. Because in your word, I'm standing on that promise. If you declared you would do it. So therefore, Lord, you give them up. South, you give them up. East, you give them up. West, you give them up. You put it in their hearts that they come back to where they ought to be.
Let them see Jesus.
But we see Jesus.
Let them see Jesus.
Brother Roger, got something to say? Go ahead.
No, I'm just.
Well, I feel like you could add a little to it.
No.
But we see Jesus. Charles. But we see Jesus.
When you was stand up.
Here.
God.
And we can do that. We can do it. When you pray that, Lord, the north, you give it up.
Give it up.
The south, you give them up. The east, you give it up. The west, you give it up. It's going to take all of us doing that. We can call them back in. If we don't, who is? The devil's going to take them up.
Yes. Bless him, Lord.
I was thinking, when Roger preached that, but Jesus. And now,
Bless him, Lord.
as Joyce preached and taught and broke it down so good, but we see Jesus. But I saw it, see
Yeah,
Jesus.
you got to see it.
And I thought, like Wayman's going through, like Kenny went through.
Yes.
He had a lot. Kenny's got a lot of things. I'm telling you.
Yes.
He wouldn't worry. He wouldn't worry about it. And he said Karen went all to pieces.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he just stowed away and he got a hold of Jesus.
Yes, he did.
And he got to the point, he said, but I see Jesus.
Yes.
You know, and it took the fear, and we was talking about today, and I feel cold here.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to add
Let's
that
go
to you.
ahead.
But it took the fear away.
Yes, it did.
And me and Joyce and Roger and the preacher, and we always talk about fear, how it would destroy you if you would let it.
Yes.
You know, if you get afraid of something, like a bully or something in school, if you didn't let him know that you weren't afraid of him, you had a miserable life. You had a miserable life. But see, that's the way the devil is, Marty. If we just bow down to him and don't show no fear and don't show that we see Jesus, that's right, we got him made, but we see Jesus. That's just like when I was in a hospital and Teresa and my brothers, my family was praying. They was at the point when they didn't worry because they saw Jesus. They heard of Jesus. They knew who Jesus was, my Lord. And you know, right now people's going through different things. You walk and you look on the streets and you see just people real down and out, real down and out. Your heart, my heart goes out to them. And at night I pray, and the ones that I know their name, I call them by name. And I say, Lord, please take care of them. You know, if you hadn't moved in my life, if you hadn't picked me up and cleaned me up, that could be me. That could be me. That could be these people that say no to Jesus. That could have been you, Roger. That could have been Armin or Jimmy or any of you. It could have been you. And you can ask my wife. My wife used to say, look at that drug. And I'm not looking down that way. She would say, look at that drug. Or look at that. It was because she felt sorry. And I said, if God hadn't moved, if God hadn't moved, Hartman, you know how bad. Pam, you know how bad. Jimmy, you know how bad I was. If God hadn't moved, it could be me.
Yes.
But I like the part. I like that part. But I saw Jesus.
Yes. Amen.
You know, Joyce taught me one thing, and if I don't get it right, you get it. You know, I used to tell people I was in my right mind now, and I'm on my...
I'm in my right mind, heading in the right direction, on the right track,
In the right place.
in the right place.
Because I saw Jesus.
Yes. Amen.
Couldn't add any more to that, could you? Couldn't add any more. Give Jesus a hand. When you see me coming, these two ladies, I want you two ladies to come and stand down right here. I want you to come right here, pray for the people. Did you have pray? Oh, you want to help them sing, but I wanted you to take your anointing. All right, because you don't get a chance to come down here very much. But all right, let's stand.
But when you pray, please pray that prayer. North, you give them up. South, you give them up. East, you give it up.
Brother Mandy.
Call them in. That's what we got to do.
We stand this time, praise God. Now you're going to have to get up, walk out that door, this door one. Why don't you come and shake hands with Charles and Randy and this brother here, Brother Harmon. And I'm going to ask these two sisters to come and pray with you. And I want you to come and tell them, and I want some things you don't know the room. Come right here, and we'll get you Bible. Come by here and shake your hand and tell them because of you, I'm going to keep seeing Jesus. Because